right, we're back with more Vintage Cube, and what is this? This is a Time Walk staring right back at me. That's the perfect start to a Cube draft if I've ever seen one. Time Walk in a otherwise very decent pack. I would most likely have taken Parallax Wave if it wasn't for that. I'm going to note that we have cards like Recurring Nightmare, Toxic Deluge, which I consider solid black cards, like reasons to be black. Lurrus is also pretty awesome build around, but yeah, we're going to take the Time Walk, and look, I can be a main blue deck, that's fine. I can look for ways to recur the Time Walk, but I can even be like mono green splash Time Walk. I can be mono red splash Time Walk. I just want to play the Time Walk. Let's see what makes sense in the draft. All right. What do we have here? I see a Mana Leak. Mana Leak is a good follow-up to Time Walk. Other than that, I see Dismember. I see some graveyard cards. Actually, this Altar, I want to try it one of these days. Altar of Dementia seems pretty awesome. Like, it should be kind of trivial to mill out the opponent. So that card might be a hidden gem. That's my gut feeling right now, but I'm gonna follow up the walk to the Mana Leak, take a top blue card out of the pack, and pass a pack with no blue aside from Expressive Duration. Also has a little bit of value when it comes to how good stuff I'm gonna get pack 2. If it wasn't for the Mana Leak, I would easily take Dismember. If it wasn't for that, I would most likely take, I don't know, Expressive Iteration and hope for the best. This is a great start. Okay, another great choice here. So the two 1-drops in the top left corner, Thoughtseize and Chain Lightning, are very strong. And out of those two, I like Thoughtseize the best. Blue-black? Sure. So my favorite kind of blue-black is playing a bunch of like 1-for-1 cards, right? Like card quality, some card draw to pull ahead, just some small incremental value like Preacher, like Baleful Strix, like Snapcaster, and just get the job done without too big of a fuss. Let's see if we can end up in a deck like that. Okay, so if we're still going that direction, Cryptic Command is an awesome card to have like for the mid-game way to pull ahead, but I think Underground Sea, if I want to cast turn 1 Thoughtseize and some blue spells after that, Underground Sea is just too strong. Let's try and find, let's say something like Dark Slick Shores or Creeping Tar Pit versus Cryptic. Then we have a very, very tough conversation to have. But I think for now I'm going to go for the Underground Sea. Okay. This pack is not exciting on first glance, but I actually do enjoy Murktide Regen as a finisher in these decks. Just like, this deck is going to be Thoughtseize the opponent, Fatal Push the opponent, Mana Leak the opponent, Counterspell the opponent, play a Preordain, and then all of a sudden you have a 7/7 dragon for very little investment. So I actually think Murktide is very good. If it wasn't for that, you could take like Bayou. The problem with Bayou is that Leovold is one of the reasons to want the Bayou, so kind of sat there in the same pack. Yeah, let's take the Murktide. Okay, this pack has a fetch land that I want and a bunch of cards I don't really care about. Fetch land is so good, it makes it so that I have 2 Underground Seas in my deck all of a sudden. That helps a lot. We don't have any artifact synergies going on. We could speculate on white and green with Headquarters, I guess, or try and find Green Splash for Tamiyo. Tamiyo plus Time Walk is very good, but yeah, I'm happy. I'm very happy to take the fetch. I really like the start, like Time Walk, double cheap interaction, good win con, good mana. This could be awesome. But also worth noting that we don't necessarily know if black nor blue is open yet. That's kind of a concern of mine, actually. That the opponent mocks on a Mana Leak. Of course, we get the Mana Leak. Same thing with Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize alongside, I don't know, Bowmasters and a Lotus. Of course, we get the Thoughtseize then. So I'm looking for the confirmation that I'm actually in a good lane. Okay, this is good. So don't get me wrong, I like Vendilion Click, but I actually think Stern Scolding is like, it's a super, super good card. Like, it's so clutch. Always trades at least even on mana. Sometimes it trades way up on mana against, like, I don't know, Solitude or Ursa, something along those lines, like Grist. So I really think the card is awesome. That and Click, I mean, Woe Strider could be a filler in a deck like this. You see Thraben Inspector, some more graveyard shenanigans. Okay, so now we take things down a notch. So I could go for Hedge Maze, open up for a little bit of green. That might not be bad. I think it's better than taking like Rankle. I don't think this is a good Rankle, or will be a good Rankle deck rather. I mean, we don't know yet, to be honest. Okay, let's take Hedge Maze and open Oko. Toxic Deluge Wield. Very good for this situation. Just look at this. We don't. Toxic Deluge is, up until now, it's one-sided sweeper. I might get some, some tempo creatures that's going to make it a bit more situational, but... And I like the late Toxic. Let's say we had a bunch of cheap stuff like, what do I know? Malcolm, True Name Nemesis, Baleful Strix. Then Unearth would have been awesome, but for now, let's take the Toxic. Yeah, this pack doesn't have anything for us. Is there any way I'm playing this Satyr Wayfinder and I'm end up in a blue-green style mill over my yard deck? Let's see. I guess I'd take the Doomsday. I think that's the only card there's a slight chance I'm playing out of that pack. So here I can take... Actually, this is actually funny. So Soul Guide Lantern, great sideboard card, but mental note, since I have just Murktide Regent and the backdoor Doomsday, mental note is just fine. Okay, another green land for free. The Leovold went, but the Bayou's still here. I like that. We can take Frantic Search. In a pinch, it's like it's in a Doomsday pile. That's just how I'm gonna frame it. So in order to play this Doomsday, we need very good mana, and we need Oracle or Jace. So it's in the maybe pile. I try and like solve the sort by mana cost ish, and then the maybe piles over here are like incompleted combos, etc. Okay, next pack. What do we got? Got a Preordain. Pretty hard to top that one. Let's see. Grixis Land, Breeding Pool Speculative, Currency Converters decent. Okay, pretty easy Preordain here. Preordain helps with everything, looking for specific cards, filling the yard for Murktide. Yeah, it's just a great card. Preordain, very awesome pickup. Let's see if I'm going to use these two green land. I have 3 green sources, so I'm ready for Pest Infestation, Oko, etc. Okay, next packet is, there's an Oracle. Oof. Oracle, but there's also Reanimate and Duress. There's even Inverter. Oh boy. Let's see. I never played this deck in Pioneer, but I played against it. So let's see. Inverter of Truth enters. Exile all cards from your library. Then shuffle all cards from your graveyard into your library. So Inverter is good when you already have Oracle in hand, or it's already in the yard. It's not really like a one-card combo. Okay. I think I'm gonna take the Reanimate. Maybe that's too weak. I don't know. I'll take the Reanimate here, and maybe I'll dream about Thassa's Oracle Inverter of Truth when I go to bed tonight. Okay, this pack is not super exciting. I think I'm gonna go Inquisition. I actually think it's a decent card. Inquisition of Kozilek. It's good when you play fair blue-black, I would say. Once you start playing unfair, it can be a bit, like, pointless. Next pack. I mean, I like the bat. The only bad thing is I have Toxic Deluge, but maybe that's acceptable. Other than that, this pack is not very strong for, like, blue-black mid-range, so let's take that. Ooh, okay. So, decent land. 4 days. Or Vampiric Tutor. Consistency, disruption, setting up combos. Okay, I'm gonna take the days here. It's like, let's say I took the Oracle out of the other pack, then I would have gone for Vamp. I'm gonna go for days here. You could have drafted this, my seat here, in numerous ways, just within blue-black, which is pretty fascinating, I would say. Okay, so here I have Sewers, which is better if I remove Doomsday, and I have Urborg, which is most likely better if I play Doomsday. I'll take the Sewers here. I'll try and go the consistent route. I guess we can't really do that here unless I go... Yeah, what would I take here? Like, I think double green is going to be too much. But maybe single green is good. Like Sentinel is, if you can cast that card on turn 3, it's just a strong card. How many green sources do I have? I already have 3 built in. Okay, I'm ready to go good old Sultai here. So most likely I'm not running those cards. I can put those to the sideboard for now. So I like Chariot a lot as a Haymaker. It does demand more of my mana than just simply running Malcolm. Maybe I just take the Malcolm. It's also good with Reanimate potentially, the Flash Plan, this and that. Yeah, this pack is unexciting. We can maybe take the Corpse Dance, even though I don't see a world I'm playing it. I don't see a world I'm playing the others either, to be honest. So this is the point in the draft where I'm ready to wheel all the combo cards and start questioning my life. I'm kind of getting ready for that. But yeah, I just, when given the choice, I like to go solid. Doomsday, then I have to pick the Oracle, kind of pick around the Doomsday. Yeah, it's not horrible to do so, but I think I'm in a, like, I have solid cards like Murktide, Sentinel, Time Walk, Thoughtseize, 1-for-1 spells, cantrips. It's also tough to go wrong with a deck like that, I feel like. We do wheel all the combo stuff. I start questioning my life. So let's take the Oracle, leave it in here with the Doomsday, because who knows, I might see the Urborg again. And I guess playing this package, it's pretty compact, right? If I draw Doomsday, cool. If I don't, whatever. Maybe I can like discard it to a Malcolm or whatever. Okay, let's see. These cards don't do anything. I can just take the Thespian stage. Tenacious Underdog. I guess maybe I want a creature at some point in time. 2 mana removal. Is there any way this Deathrite is going to do anything? I highly doubt it. Can we get the Urborg? Probably not. Wow, last pick Blooming Marsh. That helps cast Sentinel. I'll take it. That's actually amazing since Leovold. Wow. Whew. That's amazing since Leovold got drafted pack 1. Ancestral Recall. Wow. Ancestral Recall makes any blue deck better for, I mean, stating the obvious. But with Doomsday, it's not nothing that you have like a trivial way to draw your deck post Doomsday. So yeah, Ancestral Recall, welcome to the fold, my friend. Can we wheel anything exciting out of this pack? Not really. Like the Talisman, maybe I would play it, but I'm not even sure about that. There's a Library of Alexandria with Dark Ritual, but I'm going to take Library here. I really like Library of Alexandria. I don't think we're wheeling Dark Ritual because that card goes in most black decks these days. People figured out it's also good to power out like Sheldred, One Ring, Planeswalkers, whatever. So here's a fetch that would help my mana a ton. The Gurmag Angler is, you know, not that good once I have the Murktide. Though you can argue the Waker here. Let's see. I believe it's like a sleight of hand. You put a big creature into the yard that works with Reanimate. That's kind of cool. Let's see how much fixing do I have for green. 1, 2, 3, 4 fixers for green, which is enough. Verdant would obviously help my mana base for Doomsday, so I think that's going to be my tiebreaker, but yeah, very cool card. Ooh, Pest Infestation and Fatal Push. Very cool cards here. Pest Infestation. Let's see. I almost don't have any removal, so I think I'm just going to take the Fatal Push. Yeah, let's take Fatal Push. I even have 2 fetches to make it even better. Ooh. Okay. Baleful Strix, pretty awesome addition. Skull Clamp wouldn't have been great. Oftentimes you can make Skull Clamp work, though. But, yeah. Awesome to get a Baleful Strix. And this is kind of a brick, except for actually think if I play, like, Junt-style deck, Tarmogoyf is just strong. Like, I have fetches, I have sorceries, I have instants. Creatures will die. I'm not scared to register Tarmogoyf in my Sultai midrange deck. I'm mainly looking to have fun, but the other objective is to make Reed Duke proud. And I think drafting Tarmogoyf is definitely something that qualifies. So now I kind of have to look at my playables, I feel like. So we're playing this combo. I need to fill 11 more slots. If I do that with lands, I have 19, which is going to be too many, I think. So I need to get 2 or 3 more playables. I guess with Ancestral, Preordained, Mental Note, you can play 16 lands. That's fine. Maybe with the library, you just play 17. Okay, this seems like a pretty clear Jace Wrench Prodigy. Jace Wrench Prodigy is insane with Ancestral Recall, is insane with Time Walk, so having more access to those cards is awesome. I actually forgot for a second I had a Time Walk. That's funny. We take that. Watery Grave or Bauble. I thought about something with the Bauble earlier, I feel like. I can't remember what it was. Watery Grave, I would have such a good mana base. With the Doomsday. Okay, I'll take the Watery Grave. So now I'm 9 cards off. Yeah, I need 1 more card for the deck. Like this looks like an insane deck. The biggest problem with the deck that I see is I don't have any hard counters. That's actually a problem. I have a mana leak that's going to go a long way. So I kind of have to win the game before it gets out of hand. Even just a card like, Counterspell or the Cryptic I saw would go a long way, but on the other hand, I also like how I navigated the draft, so tough to not be happy about Time Walk Ancestral, incredibly good mana. Splash some nicely costed win cons, etc. Like it's very hard. So this pack was terrible if I remember correctly. This is some madness stuff. Yeah, I don't like that card. These cards don't do anything. I'm just gonna hate pick. So I need to play a Tenacious Underdog unless I find 1 more playable, but I think that's a fine situation to find myself in. Yeah, I really like this. Like, just imagine, I have no 4-drops in my deck. Just super low to the ground. Okay, so let's see. Hooting Mandrills, no, that's too much pressure on green as well. I'll just take the Mortuary. So now I have double Surveil land. I think that's fine. Huh. I guess I take the Angler. If I don't get anything, I'll play it. Like, maybe I can support it. Angler and Murktide. And Tarmogoyf. Let's see. I guess I'm putting so much stuff in the art. Yeah, nothing here. So funnily enough, a card like Mental Note is actually great when you're running 2 Delve spells. I'm also trying to flip Jace. I'm looting a little bit with Malcolm. I'm 1 for wanting a bunch. I have a couple of fetches. I can even Surveil. Yeah, I think I'm actually doing fine. Maybe that Ooze could come in handy in one of the sideboarded games. Okay, so we exactly get there on playables that I'm not unhappy to register. Then I'm going to add 7 lands and call it a day. I think I don't need green. I think I have 6 or 7 green. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green. That's totally fine with me. So no green. Let's count blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Definitely need to work on that. So let's see if we can get it to 10. Then what about black? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 already. So I can get to 11 for the Doomsday. Maybe it's the other way around because I kind of want to start my games with blue. Blue will find the others. Doomsday is not going to be like a turn 3 play, most likely. I actually like 11 black, 10 blue. Okay. This deck looks super sweet. We have a classic buck mid-range deck with a little bit of Doomsday package. So, yeah, I'm going to take a screenshot of this deck so I have it available, and I'll see you guys for the matches. Alrighty. We're on the playing Sultai Doomsday, and we have a Library of Alexandria in our opener. So basically, the thing about Library of Alexandria is you lose tempo, but you're up on cards. So as many cheap interactive spells you can play in the meantime, the better. And Thoughtseize does qualify, so I'm going to go turn 2, activate a library, draw an extra card, then go Swamp, Thoughtseize, I'll be at 6 cards, and I can kind of keep the train rolling. So that's like the dream with the library. The nightmare with the library is getting tempoed out because you're slow and you're tapping a land each turn. Ooh. Yeah, this is brutal for the opponent. That's like the dream. You want a discard spell turn 1 to turn off the library, but that discard spell doesn't hit anything out of this hand. It's only creature and artifact. That's brutal for the opponent. Ancestral Recall, very nice draw. In case I need extra cards later. Okay, cool. We might play against some graveyard shenanigans this turn. This game, rather. So, I know I'm not taking the Root Walla. So let's see. Bitter Triumph. It's funny. The opponent can put Root Walla into play with Bitter Triumph. Guess we take Bitter Triumph. The opponent has Root Walla, Tap Land, and an Edict. So we are easily outdrawing our opponent here, in case that wasn't clear. Let's see if the opponent plays a 1-1. I guess it's a 3-1, technically. So let's draw an extra card. Thassa's Oracle, huh? Am I even casting Ancestral Recall this turn? That's gone, that's gone. I might be a casting Ancestral Recall this turn. But I also want to be kind of build my black for a potential Doomsday in the future. Okay, I'll play Sewers. I'll get rid of that card. So right now, I kind of feel like I've drawn enough cards with Library basically. So the objective is to not die right now. Now I guess my opponent will attack for 5. Yeah. Now the opponent can make the Lava Claw reaches into a land, and they can boost a Root Walla. So the opponent realizes they're not going to win with resources other than life total. So I'm going to take 5 damage here, which is not nothing. Thankfully, I've drafted a bunch of like random creatures, etc. Also worth noting, Blooming Marsh is now a tap land, so drawing into Tarmogoyf is not that good unless I get frisky here. I think I should actually get a little frisky and go Frantic Search here. So the Oracle is trading with the Root Walla. That's not nothing, but I can't cast it right now, which is kind of bad. So I can bat, speaking of bad, I can bat the Edict out of the opponent's hand. So I can get rid of... Is Mental Note any good? Might be. So let's discard those. Any order. Untap, untap, untap. Now I can go Deep Cavern Bats. Get rid of that Edict. And now I have Fatal Push from my opponent's land, which is kind of cool. I have Ancestral Recall to refill. I'm just looking for stuff like Sentinel, Tarmogoyf, Murktide, Gurmag Angler. So let's see. Okay, the opponent's attacking with both. I'm not gonna block. Opponent can boost the Root Walla. I'll kill the land. I think that's fine. I'll go to 10. Draw up to 7. Draw up to 8. Wow, nice time walk. Let's see. I can Inquisition and Time Walk. That just seems so good. Fiery Confluence, very nice to know about. Malcolm. Fiery Confluence. Huh? Doomsday. So, Doomsday is not good unless I can win on the spot, in my opinion. Let's see. I need triple blue post Doomsday to win on the spot. So cast Doomsday off that, and that. Okay, so maybe we can keep the Doomsday. I now go 1, 2, 3, play Sentinel. Should I show my opponent the Doomsday? Throw the Deep Cavern Bats, gain more life. Let's show the opponent the Doomsday. I think that's totally fine. I go to 13, and then next turn I can go tap Swamp, Blooming Marsh, and Bayou, cast Doomsday, cast Mental Note, effectively getting to a 2-card library, and then Thassa's Oracle for the win. So it looks like I got my opponent covered on multiple angles here. If the opponent attacks with Root Walla, I think blocking is fine. Then what's the opponent going to do? Okay, they drew a land, so they can't do anything. Huh. Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do, opponent? Shoot me for 6? Kill your own Root Walla? Maybe. I don't know. This game is just over. Okay, so the opponent got their Edict back. Yeah, so let's see. Black, 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 Doomsday. I don't think the cards matter at all because I'm milling over stuff. So can I hide anything here I don't want my opponent to know about? I guess Toxic Deluge, Mana Leak, Daze, Island, done. Put those 3 on the bottom. Mental Note. Oracle with 2 cards in deck. GG's. Ooh, that was cool. Turns out turn 1 library. Pretty darn good. Okay, so if I'm playing against an aggressive deck, I like just a random creature to trade. I think I like Ooze for when the dust settles. I don't think I like the Doomsday package, funnily enough. So I can trade like those 3 for those 2 and could be the rookie, but let's see. Maybe just 2 mana kill whatever. 2 mana kill whatever. Okay. Do I have any other Doomsday cards in here? Because no, it's fine. Okay, so we try and go fair against the somewhat aggressive red-black deck. Library in my opener. Once more, and I kind of have the same situation that I'm looking for. I'm looking to go cheap 1-for-1s, like Thoughtseize, like Fatal Push, like Baleful Strix, like Mana Leak, stuff like that. Oh, Pack Rat. Pack Rat is good. Like, that card might just, win the game. Yeah, that's too late. So let's see. Now I go... Interesting, because if I go Malcolm, block one of them, still don't have double black. Interesting stuff. Okay. Gonna play this. Ooh, Time Walk is a good one. So let's discard Swamp, I guess? Let's discard Swamp, draw a card. And then I kind of have to beat an army of rat. I do play Toxic Deluge, which is the best card against that card. Pack Rat. Yeah, the opponent goes all in on Pack Rat, which, funnily enough, is awesome here. Play that land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 cards. So I play Time Walk, activate library, discard Swamp. Actually, I forgot to fix my mana base. I was supposed to play one more island over a Swamp after the sideboard shenanigans. So what do I do here? I feel like I play... Play Underground Sea. Pass? No, that can't be right. I want to play Underground Sea, then I go Baleful Strix. Let's see. Yeah, I want to go Strix and Malcolm this turn cycle. If the opponent sends with double Pack Rat, I flash in Malcolm, block one on each. Necromancy. I don't think I can allow that. Let's see, this card is annoying to kill, I believe. Let's not allow that. This is fine. Like, now my opponent spends their mana on non-Pack Rat stuff. That's also good for me. I don't believe the opponent can attack here. I do believe the opponent can attack here. The opponent's down to one Pack Rat. I can now draw. Play Dam. And then, since I saw Edict last game, I don't want to expose my Murktide just yet. But I feel if I play the Jace out, then I'm off library. That's also... That might not be the way. Okay, I think I pass. Maybe, I should have cast Preordain. Okay, yeah, that was a mistake. Oh, yeah, the opponent just got grinded to dust here by turn 1 library both games. Time Walk is insane. It not only, like, untaps all my mana, it gives me one more library look. Yeah, that was just brutal. Okay, the opponent got destroyed here. Time Walk and Ancestral Recall got the job done. Let's see if we can continue winning. Okay, let's play some more Magic. Currently 1-0 with my beautiful Sultai deck. And I have a good hand. So this looks like turn 1 tap land with the ability to go Tarmogoyf next turn. I don't enjoy more tap lands. One will do. And I have a mental note to power charge Goyf and Jace. You would almost think this was some kind of modern deck. Okay, the opponent goes turn 1 Rona. That's cool. Mox is never a bad one. Maybe it's good to flip this Jace next turn. Flipping Jace turn 3, like the turn after you play, that's pretty cool. Let's see if this Rona is enabling... Ooh, the draw engine is on. Let's go. That's the first squee I've seen out of any deck. But I guess if you draft enough looters, it's decent. What are we looking at here? I think we might see some graveyard shenanigans, like more than just that squee out of this guy. Demand answers. Discard Entomb to draw 2 cards. Is this discard our second artifact? Yeah, okay. That's cool. Huh. So let's mental note, I guess. Mental note worked. Let's flip the Jace. Ancestral. Nice draw. Maybe this fetch lane doesn't do anything once I have like perfect mana. Maybe it's just life loss at this point. I think that's the case. Let's do that. Let's go Tarmogoyf. So now this game becomes either about crushing my opponent's face in with Tarmogoyf, maybe if I can find another big fatty, or it's about casting Ancestral Recall twice and casting a Doomsday on a future turn. It's kind of cool. The opponent built their own Library of Alexandria. If they do that 3 times, they have the same as 1 Ancestral. If they do that 6 turns in a row, they have the same as 2 Ancestral. So, in other words, I think I'm doing fine on the card advantage because I can match theirs, but it is a very powerful engine. Okay, more graveyard shenanigans. I love this. Like, I really want to see some Madness, some Hollow One, some Vengevine. I want to see those cards, like, be better than the kind of Zoo Lands package that they tried in the previous iteration. I never liked those. I thought those were just simply too niche. It's cool that I can experience these kind of decks like secondhand, because when I look at the packs and I see those cards, it's really not something I want to be doing. So I kind of need to learn. I'm always very bad at adapting with new cards, new strategies, stuff like that. Oko. Good card. So now I need to... Okay, my opponent just turns it into a 3/3 right away. That's fine. And then it gets flame slashed. Okay, so the opponent and we didn't have a sorcery, so good play, good play. Yeah, this could look like more and more like a Doomsday game. But let's see. Toxic Deluge gets rid of Rona, which is not bad per se, but not exactly insane. Let's draw 3 cards. Let's not get Force Negated. That's actually the one I didn't want to have happen there. Let's go again. Ancestral. Go to 10 cards here. I can go Swamp Bet, and I have Doomsday in hand for next turn. So let's try and clear the way. The Deep Cavern Bat. I also have Daze up if my opponent gets frisky. I'll Daze a Daze in this spot. Ooh. Okay. Let's see. Is Underworld Breach any good? It looks like Underworld Breach would be... Then the opponent would go like land, Underworld Breach, Frantic Search, and kind of try and go off. So maybe I just take the dig through time because I can actually stop the breach with a Daze. So here I can just discard Marsh, I think. The opponent loose end of turn. I actually forgot about that. I can't remember if Frantic Search is that lethal with Breach? I don't think so. I think it's like you... But mana-wise, it's free. Yeah, so you're kind of digging, you're losing 1 card each time. Because you're drawing 2, and you have to get away, like, exile 3. Okay. What's my plan here? My plan is casting Doomsday and hope not to die. Doomsday. Hold up 2 mana. I really hope my opponent goes land, Underworld Breach, Frantic Search. I daze the Frantic Search. The chain stops there. Hmm. That wasn't the case. What were the other cards? Sorcery Bounce Spell. Did not happen. Okay. Reanimate. Is that good? I have a Murktide Region. I have a Goyf. Goyf's not Goyf's not terrible. Maybe attack the Oko here. Hmm. What if I go Doomsday, cast Baleful Strix? Is that good? I feel like I should try and win the game next turn. What else can I do? That's like going for it to try and win next turn. That's good. The other plan I can go is reanimate my Tarmogoyf because it's just like a great card. But my opponent has Oko. Yeah, my opponent has Oko. I want to be a little unfair here. So let's try and cast Doomsday. The opponent kept up the mana. I really don't know why. They could have played this card and... No, they couldn't. They don't have black. Okay. Ooh. Very nice counterspell there from the opponent. Let's see. What am I back on the Goyf plan now? It could be. I use my mana better if I play Strix, but Strix is better post Doomsday. It's not clear to me. Let's reanimate the Goyf. It's also protecting Jace, and Jace can flash back Doomsday next turn. Okay. This got interesting with the counterspell draw. So now, with the draw step and Rona activation, I think it's highly unlikely my opponent does not find the land. So I'm hoping to get the good days turn in now. There's the land. Come on, opponent. Ooh, okay, so the opponent can go for Bounce Goyf, make food into a 3/3, attack the Jace. That's annoying. Let's see if it's too tempting to go for the play out of the yard. Really crossing my fingers for a breach here, because if one more turn passes by, the opponent might fight one more land. Okay. So I guess Goyf is not getting bounced. Activating Oku there is... Unless they're passing the turn, is strange. Okay, so the next... Okay, you get 2 of your next spell. Fair enough. What is the next spell? It's the bounce spell. Okay, so the opponent is looking to twice... Yeah, okay. Yeah, this days might be... Its days might be numbered. Really filling up the yard here. Okay, so those cards go to the yard. The opponent takes a card. Interesting. Bitter Reunion, Thought Scour. So all the mill and discard stuff in the world here. That's super cool. Ooh, let's see. Can I do anything cool here? Frantic Search! No, maybe Frantic Search doesn't help. I'm trying to... If I go Doomsday, that's 5 cards in the deck. I play this. My devotion to blue is only 3. Yeah. And I can't go Strix at the same time. So close. The opponent will go Underworld Breach next turn. Maybe I don't risk it on the Doomsday. Can I really win a fair game? I just think it's so unlikely I can win a fair game. No, like no awesome reanimator cards. Ah. Okay, let's try and see. What if I go Doomsday? What do I lose to? I lose to Brain Freeze. That's the card I lose to. So right now I can go Doomsday, Baleful Strix. I think I'm gonna do that. Let's see, Doomsday. I'm willing to lose to Brain Freeze here. Doomsday. Which cards do I want here? So funnily enough, I think cards like Time Walk are just randomly good in this spot. Like if my opponent disrupts me, but let's see. Thoughtseize is not a bad one either. Might want that. So that I go... Yeah, tough to say. I think these are good shouts. What about the last one? Don't care too much about the last one, to be honest. We can just put that as the last card down. Done. Okay, so Island we don't care about. Preordain I don't care about. Frantic Search. So now I'll play Baleful Strix into... Ooh, I have a land to go, so I can Thoughtseize now? Let's try it. Baleful Strix, Thoughtseize. I basically cast this card and hope to prevent my opponent from winning next turn. Problem. Wheel of Fortune is lethal. Okay. So I can only win if I get my opponent to breach first. Yucky. Yucky, yucky, yucky. Squee gets back. So the funny thing is, the opponent doesn't even have double red, but if they find double red, they not only can go breach wheel. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. So my out is the opponent does not find a land on draw. The opponent goes activate Rona, no land. Then they go breach, Frantic Search, Germana Fix. I daze that card. Like, no untap land. There's the untap land. Ugh. So now the opponent wins. They go breach. Then they go Frantic Search, untap red. Then they go wheel. So very close, very close. I had so many spots where the daze would have been good, but it didn't get there. Okay, so the opponent's trying to play out of the yard a lot. Definitely want the ooze. Is there any bad card here? I think Toxic Deluge is just bad against that deck. Okay. Still gonna keep my Doomsday package, even though it's kind of shaky. The fact that the opponent can win with wheel, etc. post Doomsday, not the best. Okay, we can keep this hand. Turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Cavern, Deep Cavern Bats. Oof, those Doomsday games are so brutal. So let's see. If we take counter spell here, we can take the draw spell, unless my opponent finds a better card. Then I'm looking for green mana to start clocking. Nice Time Walk. Let's take demand answers. It's kind of risky. Should I have taken the squee? I don't think so. No land drop here. Very unfortunate. That is a land drop. Getting in there for some not very exciting damage. Okay. The opponent goes Entomb end of turn. Wonder what they go for. Did I see reanimation last game? I don't think so. Entomb could be just making sure Breach is good. Okay. The opponent went for Frantic Search, which is exactly that. Let's see. Dak Faden. That is a good one. Because that lets the opponent like work around the fail rate of just drawing crappers. They even have the squee going, so pretty cool. Fetch land. That's not a fetch land. That is the worst card in my deck. Uncastable. Yeah, this is not going well. I discarded my opponent a few times, tried to stall the game. The opponent drew good cards, I drew bad cards. That's just Magic the Gathering sometimes. I can never, like... I want to Thoughtseize turn 1. I want a Cavern Bat turn 2. If I draw a green source, I can key up the clock. If I draw some cantrips, I have a fast Murktide. I can even, like, deploy the Ooze if I find green mana and then disrupt that deck. I'm in big trouble now. Careful Study resolves. This is cool. So Careful Study, Dak Fate, and Frantic Search. Some solid cards like Counterspell. Then you have a little bit of... So once you draw the squee, a lot of your cards get better in this deck. Looks like a cool cool pile of synergy. That is not a good land. Might be good later, who knows? Yeah, I feel like the opponent's gotten way too much time here. Now they have draw 2, discard 1, basically up every turn. And this is dig through time? Okay, fair enough. That'll do it. We're now 1-1. Let's see if we can win the last one. Don't go anywhere. Alright, welcome to round 3. We're currently 1-1 after a beating against Grixis Breach. Oh, this hand is right on the edge, but I'm gonna keep it because I play some Surveillance. Let's draw some spells. Thoughtseize is a good one. Is that good enough to not play my tap line turn 1? I think it very well could be. Let's Thoughtseize our opponent and see if we can... Ooh, okay. So that card is not good. That card is not strong. Parallax Wave is way later. I can kill Bigger with Fatal Push. So I'm going to play the super long game and take Othari out of the opponent's hand here. Put it in the yard. My plan is to draw Reanimate. Let's Fatal Push the figure. Let's look at the top of our deck. Let's get rid of our land. That's actually annoying that it's that land because I was planning to fetch that out later. Swift Spear is cool. The opponent now has these 3 expensive cards left in hand. So let's get Underground Sea. Cast Preordain, play Angler, most likely. Ooh, I can even Inquisition away this card. I mean, that's free at this point. Inquisition that. Play Garmage. Pretty nice turn 3 Angler out of a Vintage Cube deck. Love that. The opponent has Parallax Wave, Fiery Confluence, nothing, or not nothing. Well, not necessarily nothing, at least. Let's have a look at our opponent's hand. Firebolt. So the thing about Firebolt is it's gonna kill. It's gonna kill my bat anyway, so I like taking it. I play the Jace, but if my opponent draws a land, I realize the opponent can fire a Confluence for 2. The Swift Spear survives. Okay, the opponent's seen enough here. I don't think they were totally dead, but the 5/5 is tough to deal with. Okay, so we're up against Boros. Can we do anything there? I have a creature and a dam, so maybe I board out my Doomsday package. Let's see. Frantic Search, not that great. Eat that card. Board in a little bit of life gain, a little bit of removal. I change up my mana base this time, I remember it. And yeah, we hope to have good draws. That was pretty solid. Like, Angler, 1 mana on turn 3. That was brutal. Interacted maybe twice, like Fatal Push and Inquisition. And then I guess I surveilled and I fetched and I preordained. Beautiful stuff. Okay, we have a great hand here with Ancestral Recall, but let's see. We don't want to lose the game with 7 cards in hand. Lava Dart. What is this? Never seen this card. 2/2 Trample. Prowess. Okay. With 3 mana, the opponent can transform it into a Trample Ward double Prowess. Okay. Awesome. Awesome card. I'll Inquisition to try and stem the bleeding. Get rid of the instant speed. Wow, this card is awesome. So now the opponent can transform it. And then it's a 3/3 with double prowess. That's insane. I'm sad this Baleful Strix is going to get killed. Yeah, that works. So now I can't even kill it with removal spells. Huh. There's a chance that this is a good play. I'm basically playing up this Jace because I realize it's most likely gonna get firebolted. And then maybe my Baleful Strix can stick. Double prowess. Let's go. I go to 10 here. But the opponent did find a land, which is sad. Ooh, Thalia even. That is a brutal card. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. It actually delays the opponent's firebolt from the yard. Okay, let's see. It's annoying for sure. I'm not gonna pretend it's not annoying. There's a 5th land. I think the opponent can only attack with Thalia here, and I'm gonna happily take that damage. So I successfully slowed down things here. Daze is, funnily enough, a decent card in this spot. Not the best, but it's decent. I really need to find some land here. I don't find land. Yeah, that could be all she wrote. So, horrible. Horrible, horrible. Let's discard, I guess, Scavenging Ooze? Or is that card part of the plan later? Oh, it's fine. So the only good thing about that is I can now... Ooh, that card is GG's. Can't beat that card. Then the opponent can get rid of the Mox, attack me down to... Yeah, that's over. Ooh. Very, like, fast draw from the opponent here, and I didn't... Yeah, I think if I play my Lance on time here, I'll be fine, but it was simply too much. Simply too much. The opponent found annoying cards off the top. I found a lot of cards. Lost with 7 cards in hand, as the prophecy had foreseen. Oof. This hand has a lot of play to it out of the one land, and it's a Surveil land. Okay, so I go turn 1 Surveil, turn 2, depending on what happens. I can maybe have 2 plays if I'm lucky. Let's see. Opponent's on a mulligan. Definitely getting rid of that Jace. That's not a land. I'm actually unsure how to play this. Figure of Destiny is cool. I don't draw the land. Now I'm even more unsure how to play this. I'm probably supposed to reanimate the Jace and hope for the best. Yeah, things didn't really work out with the one landers, but that's how it is sometimes. Surveillance. That's Cruel Mistress. And there's the Burst Lightning. So the opponent also missed a land drop. This is kind of funny. I drew maybe the perfect card. Let's see. Mana Leak. Think I'm supposed to develop my own stuff. So let's, I guess, Inquisition our opponent. Okay. These cards are very good. I don't think I can win if the opponent finds the next land. However, these cards are beatable with Toxic Deluge. So let's take the Earlingus, because if the opponent just draws a white source and they go Earlingus for 0, attack, I think I'm in trouble. Okay, the opponent did not find a land, so I'm in this game. Daze is a playable draw, I guess. So now my plan is to go trade with Malcolm, if possible. I don't like this pause from the opponent. Let's try and trade. I think if we can like stem the bleeding here, and whenever I draw land, I'm just so golden. Ooh, okay, so the opponent found a tap land. That's cool. Surveil. Okay, perfect. Okay, we might have a game here. It looks like I kind of stabilized at a reasonable life total enough to, you know, expect to have some kind of game. Time walk. Yeah, I think it's worth it. I draw the land there. Okay. So Murktide is the hard hitter here. I feel like I should play that. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we can just leave 1 card in the yard. Actually, leave 2 cards in the yard. This is not right. I want to leave the Time Walk. I want to pay 3 mana and leave the Time Walk. So that, and that card. Curious if this Daze is any good. 3 mana. Yes, my card is fine. Land is very good here. So I can attack, play Sentinel, hold up Fatal Push. And now the opponent needs a very, very strong card. I guess we just know our opponent's hand. No, that one is gone, so 1 unknown. Toxic Deluge, very good safety valve here. Let's say the opponent, I don't know, goes super wide or whatever. I can just Toxic, keep my big guys in play. Toxic is very strong when you have these kind of high toughness creatures like Goyf, Sentinel, Murktide, Gurmag Angler. This is probably the perfect Toxic Deluge deck because I can actually have a board presence afterwards. If the opponent, for some reason, goes for the transform, I can respond, kill it with push, totally blow out my opponent. They might make like a desperation Fire Blast. Okay, so let's see. The opponent's attacking with a 2/2 prowess. I think this is a good block. The opponent want to let this happen. And then... I see what they're doing. So this is like the biggest desperation play of the century. The opponent want to go deal 2 damage here, then cast Fiery Confluence, dealing 2 damage to each creature, and then finishing this off with Fire Blast. So when I daze the Fiery Confluence, it's going to be one of the biggest blowouts I've seen in a while. Cool play from the opponent, like from a terrible spot. Because if they pass the turn here, they're never going to win. Let's just daze that card. Yeah, that was brutal. Very brutal. I think that'll do it. Yeah, that was cool play. Like, desperate times called for desperate measures. So let's say I don't have the daze. The opponent goes, clear that off, kill my map token, deal 2 to Murktide, Fire Blast away 2 lands to finish the Murktide, and then try and play with their remaining 2 cards against my remaining 2 cards, which is better than losing the game, right? Okay, that was pretty cool. We got severely destroyed in round 2, but we got to take care of business in 2 others. Just bread and butter, fun cubing. We did have Time Walk Ancestral plus library, so yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm super happy about the result, but I had a fun time playing the games, and that's the most important thing for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video as well. Don't be a stranger, and yeah, I'll see you next time, guys.